All right, everybody, welcome. It's Monday night. It's our weekly Zoom calls. I'm so happy to see you all here. I'm excited for our topic. But before we get to that, we always start with some victories. So let's hear it, big or small, preferably tastefully simple related. Who would like to start?
I'll go. I booked a party in October and I'm very excited. It's one of my friends and she always has great parties.
Yay!
And she was actually in Alexandria this weekend with some family and went to the thing that you were at, Sherry.
The grape stomp.
Yes. And they all said, oh, I need this and this and this and this. And they said, just get it from Heather. She's going to have a party.
Oh, funny.
So she's having a party.
There were like 5 people. I wonder if that was your people that did come in. They're like, oh.
I know her mom got rustic herbs, so
okay.
Could have been them.
Yeah, it could have been. That's so funny. That's great. That's great.
I haven't had a party in a while, so I'm very excited.
Yay! So is it a tasting party or online? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
It's online. Her family is her biggest buyers when she has a party, and they're very scattered, so she prefers to do an online one.
Oh, sure. Well, congratulations. That's a great
Thank
feeling.
you.
Awesome. Okay, so that's a great victory. Who else? Hi, Desiree. We haven't seen you for a while. We're just sharing victories. We got time for one more. I mean, Twyla, you could share.
I'm just no.
Well, you must be somewhere because we couldn't understand you at all.
Sounded like a robot.
Yeah.
I think she said, I sold $10,000 in one day.
I think that's what she said too.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Sheila would know because I guess I would know too. But that's awesome. Okay, last call. Any other victories, big or small? Oh gosh, you guys, you're just shy. What, Ann, do you want to share?
Oh, I know. I just said cat butt. Sorry, I forgot I wasn't on mute.
Oh my gosh, Angie. Okay, well, I'm so glad you're here. So we'll move on then. So we are going to move on to, let's do product knowledge next. I know Shelly's just achy to share product knowledge. I asked her this morning, so thank you for jumping on that, sister. So take it away. What are you going to share?
I don't have one on hand because I've sold them or used them. Salted caramel pancake mix. Have y'all tried it? Okay, well, my family had a waffle competition recently, and I thought, what a perfect opportunity. And so I made waffles and I put chicken on top and our new syrup as well. But I did stop at Quick Trip and bought chicken tenders. So I thought maybe get a little edge on this competition. Unfortunately, I did not win because it wasn't original enough, but I got extra points for the chicken. But I want to say I'm not a huge pancake fan, and waffles just are all the same, but these are, I could eat this every single day. I'm a salted caramel fan, and my next recipe will be either the crepes or the cupcakes.
Oh, yum. So go ahead. Sorry.
No, I looked online and I saw the cupcake recipe, and it's got like a little creamy frosting with bacon on top. So that will be my next thing to share with family.
That sounds amazing, Shelly. So I don't understand the chicken on top of a waffle thing.
It's popular right now. I mean, if you go to a restaurant, you can get a chicken waffle.
Yeah, chicken and waffles. I've heard of that.
Very much a Southern thing.
Okay, I'm like, I guess I'm in the dark because I've never heard of it, and it sounds different to me, but okay.
And then according to my family, it wasn't original enough, so whatever.
So Shelly, you should have made your own chicken tenders and put the Nashville hot on there, because then you would have had the heat and the sweet.
Well, we had some younger family members that might, I was going to put Nashville hot seasoning in with the syrup, but we have a 9-year-old and we have some with a very sensitive palate.
Oh,
Aversion to heat.
Right.
so funny.
So I think this is going to be a big seller for me. I've got events coming up like every weekend starting October 1st. So I will be stocking up on that for sure. I can
Yummy.
sell it because I love it.
I love it, Shelley. And of course, it's also on the front of the catalog.
Yeah.
As pancakes, so that helps. Anybody have any questions for Shelley on that particular product? I love it as well. So thank you for sharing that. Any questions? Nope. Okay. Well, Shelley, thank you. And
Welcome.
as I said, I love that product as well. So thank you for bringing it to light. Okay, next up is basically what's happening. Some of you were on the boot camp call at 7, I believe it was. And Stacy and Brittany did share that the soft goods are on track for October 1st. They're on their way to HQ right now, I guess. So just so you know about that, that's great. Remember, we always talk about the at a glance. It's such a good place to remind yourself what's going on. I'm so excited about the Oh My Chai for those of you having online parties or in-person parties. You know, spend $60, get that 50% off. That's such a great deal. The pumpkin bread and maple glaze mix is one of my favorites for fall. So that's, you know, our limited time offer. Of course, the 100% rebate. I'm hoping that you guys are reaching out to people. You still have people to reach out to because it is a heck of a deal. So don't forget about that. Super excited about the warm up mulling spice. I wish you could smell it. Oh, it's delightful, and excited to share that in the month of October, and hopefully they'll still have it in November because it'll be such a big hit for the holidays. Today we rolled out Product Frenzy. Thank you for those that have shared ideas. And the Product Frenzy will either go every 2 days or 3 days, depending on participation. And we're going to plow through all the new fall winter products. So that would be a great way to share ideas. So remember the Product Frenzy on the Dream Achievers team. And I know you guys, all that are on here are on there. Any questions or concerns about what's going on right now with, you know, host special or anything like that? Nothing? Well, good deal. Okay, so then we're going to move on to our topic. I thought it would be fun to visit some challenges that perhaps some of you may have. We all have challenges, right, in business. So a couple that kind of simmered to the top, and thank you for sharing, by the way. And I'm just going to list the ones that I heard or saw this morning. And if you want to add a couple, because we won't address all of them tonight, but that we will in the future. Booking parties, time management was big. Increasing sales for online parties. Facebook parties, lack of participation. And time management. I guess that's a duplicate. Was there anything else that I missed? Booking parties, time management, increasing sales for online parties, and Facebook parties, lack of participation. Anything else that you guys wanted to add to the challenge list? Nothing? Okay, well, good enough. Okay, well, we're going to talk booking parties, and then if we have time, we're definitely going to talk about time management, and the other two we'll probably do a training, or we'll talk about at another time. So you guys know that I'm passionate about booking parties, so I just had a few notes that I wanted to share with you, and then I want you guys to add here when I'm done with what I want to share. When I think about booking parties, I mean, it's a challenge that we all face, whether it's a brand new consultant, someone that's been around and kind of decide I want to start again. Even myself, I mean, there's certain times in my career, in my year, that I'm like, dang it, I got to make this happen. It happens to all of us. So consistency is the best, but there's just, life gets in the way. So first, there's two things. First is mindset. Should it be I was just at the eye doctor the other day, Sheila, so this is what. Should it be, let's see what happens, or B, I'm going to make it happen? Which should be our mindset? A or B?
Make it happen.
Right. But I often hear from consultants, I'm going to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And why do you think they say that? Maybe why do you say that? I'm looking for interaction.
Just hoping that it'll happen, maybe. And we don't want to get the no's by asking, perhaps.
Yep, that's one very good reason. What else?
Waiting for customers to contact you instead of you contacting them.
Perfect. Why would a consultant say to you or to themselves, let's see what happens versus I'm going to make it happen? I can think of a couple other things top of mind.
I feel like it's an out for being a little lazy, or like in case you don't quite hit the goal, like eh.
Yeah,
I
they
don't know.
Yeah, they don't want to fail. I mean, I think that to me
Right.
is the number one reason. And whether it's being like what Desiree said, maybe being a little bit lazy, or really is they don't want to fail. So by just saying, I'll see what happens, then they're not going to fail.
Yeah, then you didn't set a particular number to fail from, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right, Desiree. There's one more that I think you guys are thinking, but you're maybe not saying. What would be one more thing why consultants say, let's see what happens to I'm going to make it happen? Starts with the letter C.
Confidence.
Yeah, confidence. Holy
Confidence.
cats, that's way on top. And they're not going to admit that. They're not going to say, well, Sheila, I'm not very confident that I either know what to say or that I'm going to make it happen. They're going to be, I don't have time. A lot of times it's confidence, and confidence will come the more you do it, right? The more you do it, the easier it gets, and you just are okay with no. So number one is mindset. Let's see what happens, A, or I'm going to make it happen. Number two is a direction. I like to use the word goal, but some people are afraid of that word. So I'm going to say direction. So A, passive, B, intentional. And so what I mean by that is intentional will be, I will book 4 parties for October. And then when you set that goal or that direction, I just like to say goal, but direction, you'll do what it takes to make it happen. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. It's never fun, but you're going to not eat that bag of chips, so you're not going to go have that Snickers bar or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to book 4 parties for October. It's not always fun, but once you get that goal set and you do it, you'll do what it takes to make it happen. Okay, and then how to make it happen. Some people stumble on that. Like, honestly, like, don't be mad at them. They don't know how to make it happen. And so I tell a team member, make a list. Just take a sheet of paper, make a list, and you might go, I don't know anybody. You know what I mean? Sometimes you go, I don't think anybody wants to book a party. Of course, that's not right. But bring that list with you. Keep it in your purse. You're driving to work. You see somebody. Maybe that's just me because I live in a small community. You're at the grocery store. You're on Facebook. Just keep adding people to that list. And then, is that list 10 people or 50? What do you guys think? 50. Or some people think a list is 3 people. That's a start, but it's you got to have a lot of people on that list. And then what to say. I think most of us are probably booking parties via text or private message. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Not too many people are calling anymore, and that's fine. Like I just did the grape stomp, so I have some leads. So this is what I private message. No, I texted them because I got their cell phone. You know, hey, hi Sherry, or hi Sue, it was fun to meet you at the Grape Stomp. Thank you for stopping by my booth. We talked about you doing an online party. You know, wouldn't that be fun? I do all the work as the consultant. You just invite your friends and family that eat. Which week would work better for you? And I just like October, whatever, or October, whatever, ever. And then that's what I do. And then you just change the name. Hey, Tammy, you know what I'm saying? And then you just send it. Now, I keep notes on that because the key, and if you're on that boot camp thing tonight, it's called follow-up. You've heard me say 3 strikes and you're out. So I'm not going to bother them tomorrow, but like, oh, dang it, I sent some of these at 2 o'clock today. Haven't heard from anyone. What are they doing? They're not responding. Normal, just normal. So I'll give them a couple days, right? Maybe Wednesday night. Maybe it's better to text them in the evening. Who knows? I'll follow up. Say, hey, just following up, just looping back, or whatever words come are like you. And then I'll follow up a 3rd time. I don't mean to bug you, but I was just wanting to make sure that, you know, you might want to do whatever. So 3 strikes and you're out. I used to do it all the time in the beginning of my career. In the middle of my career, I still do it. Does that make sense? I don't say that to them. Strike 2, man. Strike 3, you're out. I'm never going to contact you again. No, but I just, you know, a lot of times it's just timing. But I noticed a lot of consultants don't follow up. You know, I think Sheila said they just wait. Hey, Desiree, what do you think of? Well, I don't want to bug her. Well, people are so busy. I mean, you're just following up. And if you want to say, I don't mean to bug you, say it. But key is in the follow-up. So there's my booking tip. Tip for all of you. I think all of you here on this call have heard me talk about it. I don't see any new people, but maybe you just needed a little reminder. So the other thing I wanted to say is, remember the 15th of the month, if you can have, now I still like to book a couple parties here for October. And actually, did you see that we have that booking blitz on Tuesday, the 27th?
Oh,
So Tastefully Simple, probably Stacy is doing it, or Brittany, at 7 p.m. on September 27th. I'm sorry if I said October. Next Tuesday at 7 p.m. They're going to get on the independent consultant Facebook page, go blah, you know, for probably 10 minutes. You're going to have 30 minutes to book your parties. And then they're going to come back and people will share the victory. So if you need some excitement and energy, and then they're going to do drawings. All those parties that you book, you'll want to submit that night, because they're going to take all parties from like 7 p.m. to 12 midnight or whatever that are submitted. And I last heard October, November, December count. Then you will get I don't know how many drawings they'll do, but a gift for you and your host. So what a good way to get excited, work together, and get parties on your calendar. So that is next Tuesday, September 27th. Any questions? Yeah, this business is not rocket science. I know you've all figured that out. It's book, sell, sponsor, book, sell, recruit, whatever word you want to use. And once you get those parties on your calendar, then it's super fun to book parties off of parties, right? So, okay, let's move on to challenge number 2. And I saw this was time management. Really, how do you find time to work your Tastefully Simple business? And I'm hoping that I can tap into a few of you, because I've been doing this full time. Now I don't work like 80 hours a week. I don't even know how many hours a week. Like, I play pickleball from 9 to 11 on Tuesdays, Thursdays. I go to water aerobics on Wednesday, Friday. You know what I mean? Like, I do stuff I love. That's why I do this business. So how many hours a week I work, I have no idea. So I would like to hear, let's just shout out some ideas, because I know Shelly, I know Sheila, I know Angie, I know Lisa. I think every one of you here, every single one of you here on this call, except for Lisa Burns, and myself, do something else other than, I'm not talking about being a mom and all that stuff, but have another job. So what are some tips that we can talk about? We have 10 minutes as far as working your Tastefully Simple business. How do you do it? Who wants to start? Just ideas.
Schedule your posts.
What do you mean for your Facebook parties?
Right.
Like, do you do that like on a Sunday night, Sheila, or do you do that every night, or what do you think?
If I have time, I do the whole week in advance. Otherwise, I will get up early in the morning and give myself 15 minutes to schedule for the day.
Good idea. And then, so if you're having a Facebook party, do you do 3-day, 4-day, 1-day? What do you do?
I do Monday through Friday, so
Okay,
5,
so
and then I
5
leave it open through the weekend.
Right, right. Do you like check that party at lunchtime, or do you just check it in the evening? I'm just curious what you do, Sheila.
Check it as far as see if there's any orders or
See if there's any engagement or any questions.
at night, I would check it.
Okay, perfect. Great tip. So schedule your posts either Sunday night or in the morning. What other tips? You guys all have a wealth of knowledge. You just gotta be willing to share.
Does anybody set like a schedule, like they work on it at a certain time? I've thought of, I don't know. I'm struggling bad with time. I don't feel like I can give any advice on it.
Oh, Angie. You're,
No, I feel like I'm just, yeah, it's kicking my butt this year.
oh, crap. Well, I would think, now, Shelley, I'd love to hear from you or anybody, and Lisa, even when you look like she left. She's like, it doesn't apply to me. I'm just kidding. Who knows? She probably has something come up. But I remember talking to a team member that was a teacher, and she was a single mom. And she said she used like Monday night and Thursday night or something like that. Those were her 2 tastefully simple nights
Yeah.
that she worked her business because she didn't want to feel like she was working all the time, Angie. So how about you, Shelley or Sheila or Christy or Renee? What are you guys doing?
Well, I'm in, the moving up training. So that's taking some of my time. So I don't do anything that night, and I do work full time and I do events. And so I do like to kind of do things towards the weekend because my early, Monday through Thursday does get pretty busy. I just like to take it easy and then kind of ramp up on the weekend. Try and touch base. And then, on Sunday night, follow up with my contacts from my events.
That's a good idea because they say 24 to 48 hours, Shelley, from events.
Yep.
So good. I'm glad to hear that. Do they give you any tips on the moving up calls? I haven't been on one of those in a long time as far as time management.
Not a whole lot, not this time around. This is moving up to gold.
Right.
So it's a lot about looking at our reports and stats and stuff.
Because I would guess that about maybe 90% is too high of a number, but most of our consultants work full time or part time. You know what I mean? So, so Angie, when you were feeling really good about your business, I'm not saying you don't right now, but you were just saying you're struggling a little bit. Was there something you were doing differently?
I think I was just working all the time, and now I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. I was at school all day and then work all night, and then on the weekends I do all my grading, which is usually about 9-10 hours because I can't get to it during the week. So yeah, I don't know.
Shoot, okay.
Part of it I think is I just need to quit beating myself up. If you don't do a bunch in a night, it's okay.
Exactly. You do need. Hey, someone maybe, I don't know, Renee, if it's you, but it's like kind of noisy. I don't know if you can go on mute or just perhaps it's the road noise. I don't know. Yeah, part of it, Renee, is, excuse me, Angie. Thank you, Renee. I think it was you. You probably are being too hard on yourself. I know some people like to get up early. I know Lisa's not on the phone or on the Zoom call right now, but I know Lisa Burns, I'd often see her like getting up early when she was working full time
I was
Thank
gonna
you.
suggest that too, and Angie's already shaking.
Oh
her
God,
head.
no. 6:30 kills me already. I
Yeah, I
can't
know
do
that-
it any earlier.
yeah.
I know I don't like to get up either, but I
Yeah.
force myself because I'm like, I have half an hour of work I have to do. So I
Yeah,
make myself do it.
I just know that won't happen. Because I'm such a night owl. Like I could stay up late and do it, but yeah. I
Well,
know, and
then-
that's my choice, but
That's
I know
when you should
myself,
do
I
it then
won't.
from, 10
Yeah.
to 11 at night then.
Yeah, do it at night, Angie. And maybe you just like play with yourself, set a timer. Like, okay, at 11 o'clock, I'm done, or I'm working this from 7 to 8, and at 8, and then if you start doing that and you're like, oh, I'm maybe not being as productive as I could be, and
Yeah.
then walk away, Angie.
That's probably what I need to do.
Because unfortunately, perhaps some of you have figured this out. Like, there's never enough time to do everything you want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, in life in general, right?
Mhm.
But in sales, there's always something more. And that's why it's really good to be laser focused.
Mhm.
And I know, like at nationals, I'm just going to say this, and a lot of message was on social media, which that's great. But like, I don't have time to like, okay, I'm just going to say this. I don't have time right now to do reels. I know that's not hard and I know it's great. That'll be January, February. Okay. Like now's the time to get out there and sell, and whether it's your jam on online parties or events or whatever. So, I mean, you can learn a new skill, but if you only have so much time, think income producing, right?
Yeah.
Because
But
it really,
reels can be income producing. That's what's crazy.
what's that?
No, reels are very income
I
producing.
know. And so I don't mean to like say it's I don't mean to say it's
no.
not worthy, but like, I'm just speaking for myself, Angie. Like, I don't
Prioritize.
really know how to do it, and I know it's not hard. So I'm just blessing myself and going, it's okay. That'll be
Yeah.
in January, February. It's
Yeah.
okay. I'm not gonna. I know what to do, and I know it's important, but I'm not gonna stress on that right now because there's too
Yeah.
many other things I'd like to accomplish. So,
Prioritize. Yeah.
oh, can we get a training on making reels if that's something we can do? Yeah, we sure can. I'll write that down.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yes, it is income producing. That was just an example. I'm just giving you an example. So you
Mhm.
need to decide, Desiree and Shelley and Angie and Renee and Christy, and what you want to do, and then just kind of let that other stuff fall to the side and add it to your list, and then you can do it eventually.
Mhm.
Yeah, honestly, I've been having to do that lately because my Facebook has been just wrecked from when I went into Facebook jail or something. And
Oh.
I haven't been able to do anything like the way I used to be able to do it on Facebook. I don't know if I have to set up a new account or something, but I've been basically just trying to go completely back to doing in-home parties from going 100% online back to 100% in-home again.
Okay.
Because my Facebook is just wrecked now. Like, I don't know. Like nobody, like my whatever it's called, how many people can see your stuff is like so low. It's not even worth my time anymore. Like,
So you've been flagged. You should reach out to Karen Hoffman, Desiree. Do you know who that is? She was in Facebook jail for a very long time. She still seems to be selling a lot. I'm not exactly sure what she's doing, but she seems like a nice enough gal, Desiree. If you reached out to her and said who you were and that you've been having some problems, you just have a quick minute or whatever, or a recommendation, I would.
Karen Hoffman.
I'll do this, Desiree. I'll do an introduction. I'll just do a private message of the two of you. And okay,
Yeah, because
to get the ball rolling.
I mean, I want to go back to in-home parties anyway, but I don't want to like not have Facebook parties,
Well,
but,
I think it's good to have both.
it's
Personally,
just it's not working. It's like I've tried to do it a handful of times, and every time it's just total like the host can't even find her own party.
Gotta make him an
I'm like,
admin.
what is going on? It's not even worth even doing. It's if I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Facebook's terrible anymore.
What's that,
What?
Angie?
Facebook is really bad anymore. Really bad.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's just like, what is happening? I don't know.
I
Yeah.
agree. All right, well, hang in there, Desiree, but I'll do that. I'll get the two of you
Mhm.
talking or talking on private message, and we'll see.
That would be awesome. I have somebody who wants to do a Facebook party, and I'm like, what's gonna happen?
Just still do it, Desiree. You just got to get that host mega involved and tell
Yep.
them to post, and also just know that the interaction isn't as good, but people are still noticing it and will still order.
Yep.
But it's never going to be like it was, you
Nope.
know, and I think
Nope.
almost got to just accept that, and
Yeah.
it's not going to be that way. And you got to
I'm
have a
putting
lot more for smaller amounts.
Yeah.
Right.
And does
Right.
anybody follow Becky Launder? Am I saying her last name right? That spoke at conference?
Yeah. I joined her academy.
Okay, good deal, Angie. I did see, like, I get her emails, and she just, the gist of it was direct sales this year is different than what it was last year, the year before. Do you know what I'm saying? And so get over it. And, you know, like Angie just said, it's just different now. So you know that, and you just have to work it differently. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. That doesn't mean that we don't have a good product. It's just different. So keep plowing forward. And the fact that you're here is a good sign. Well, you guys, I want to honor our 8:30, so I'm going to stop the recording. If you want to hang on for a couple of minutes afterwards, please do. Otherwise, go make it happen. How's that sound?
Good.